Right now we're making the brown sugar sauce recipe. And this recipe is what we're going to use our mop for our wet ribs. It's got butter, onion, brown sugar, tomato sauce, and Worcestershire sauce. A full stick of butter in a pan that's sitting on top of our smoker. And I've chopped half of an onion. Add the sliced onion to the melted butter and let it saute for a while till the onion gets nice and translucent. So now we're just gonna let this sit a while and simmer, and we're gonna be constantly stirring it. Now what we're doing is we're gonna start slowly adding our brown sugar. We'll end up adding about half a pound to a pound right now. And we wanna slowly add it and keep mixing it. This is important because if you let it sit, the sugar will just burn. Let what we add mix, or melt and mix it. And then you know you've added enough when the butter stops rising to the top. And then we're gonna add our rest of ingredients and then add the rest of the brown sugar. So that's a pound. We know it's done because if you look, no more butter is rising to the surface. And so now we're gonna go add the rest of our ingredients. So now what we're adding is our 2 cans of tomato sauce. And we're gonna stir this in. And we're gonna go ahead and add the rest of our brown sugar. So that's 2 pounds of brown sugar in the sauce now. Then we're gonna keep stirring that. Now we're gonna add 3/4 of a cup of Worcestershire sauce. Now we're gonna keep mixing this and just let it warm up, make sure all the ingredients mix together, and we're just gonna keep mixing it constantly. So this is the sauce we have. It's made out of half of a medium onion, 2 pounds of brown sugar, a stick of butter, 3/4 of a cup of Worcestershire sauce, and 2 cans of tomato sauce. We started off by melting the butter and adding the onions and letting it saute until the onions were translucent. Then we added 1 pound of brown sugar, let it melt, and we proceeded to add 2 cans of tomato sauce, the rest of the brown sugar, and Worcestershire sauce. And we are just gonna be constantly stirring it to make sure nothing burns until it's ready to start mopping our stuff. We're gonna start mopping about an hour to an hour and a half before we're ready to serve. We call this a mop because we mop it onto the meat. We're gonna be mopping about once every 15 minutes until they are ready to come off.